Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Ghost Recon Future Soldier Elite Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the second section to Valiant Hammer, and we're continuing onwards, killing dudes on the street, doing all that good jazz, shooting people from a distance, just lots of shooting people on this one. And as I mentioned in the last video, it's really apparent that all we're doing is shooting people in this one, and it's kind of sad because there's a lot of stealth missions in between this that I really enjoyed that had a nice mixture of both, but this one's just shoot lots of dudes and hide from these tanks, because if you don't, they will fuck you up. But the cool thing is, it allows me to vent some of my opinions and vent some of the things I've been doing recently and update you guys on maybe some interesting topics that you'll be able to interact with and share your own thoughts. Thoughts with an F. F-O-R-T-S? Fuck that shit. Thoughts. But I was talking about films, movies, whatever you want to call them. The terminology will probably change depending on what area of the world you're living. But moving picture, how about that one? And I watched a film called The Guard, and the cover for this movie did not sell it at all. It was like a friend of mine from the Time Cop crew called Aiden, that a lot of you have heard his opinion and heard his pretty much the character of him, will know that he's very picky when it comes to front covers for things. Like, a front cover of a game is enough to put Aiden off playing it, because just the fact that it doesn't have a cool cover is like an offence to him. He's an interesting guy like that. And movies are the exact same for him. So the front case of this did not do any dividends for him. And I basically said, like, yo dog, you need to watch this film. It is amazing. And it's pretty much what I'm going to say to y'all, because the cover is dreadful. It's just the main actor guy, Gleason, I forget his first name. He was in Braveheart and in Bruges. He's a really good, talented actor. And it's kind of, I don't want to say indie, because when people say indie, it generally, you know, people turn their nose up. They suddenly come from San Francisco and love the smell of their own farts. That is not what I'm trying to say. It's a budgeted film. It's a budgeted dark comedy. And it's about an Irish police officer, or an Irish security guard. I think they're just called Garda. I think it's their way of saying police, because everybody speaks Gaelic and all sorts of different languages. And basically, he's a bad cop. He's not a bad cop by nature. He's just kind of like the antithesis of what the police force really wants. And don't get me wrong, his sense of right and wrong is only blurred when it comes to things that affect himself. Like, this is not a guy that does not want justice. This is just a guy that realises there's no point pulling over somebody for speeding when you could be getting somebody selling, you know, cocaine that's killing people. And he indulges in prostitutes, he indulges in drugs. He's really cavalier and callous with his approach to police protocol. He's just great. He's really dry, he's really funny. There's a lot of undertone and sarcasm, and if you're not the biggest fan of that kind of humour, or you don't get it, then this film's probably not for you. But if you have a good understanding of that kind of stuff, this film is just gonna... It tickled me so much. And the premise of the story is he ends up getting caught in the middle of a drug bust. Oh, there's a drug deal going down, and I think it's Liam Cummings and Mark Strong are the people doing it, and the entire police force has been paid off so that they don't do anything to stop this drug deal from happening. And this main police guy is, like we say, he's kind of the throwaway, he's kind of the dude on the rails, he doesn't really care, and he makes it his mission to stop this bust from happening. And in between this, there's just a whole bunch of sequences of just really funny stuff happening, really dodgy things, and I can't even convey how funny this movie is. It really surprised me. So much so, it stopped me from getting a lot of work done because I couldn't help but watch it. It was really good. And it's also got the black dude from Iron Man 2 in it, who replaced Tony Stark's friend. And I can't remember his name. He was also in, I think it's Reign Over Me, that movie that Adam Sandler was in, that almost gave me faith that he wouldn't, you know, just make nothing but comedies, and then eventually really dogshit comedies. But we were wrong on that one. But really good film. I highly recommend it if that's your type of thing. And if you're just wanting to lose an hour and a half of your life with something well worth watching, it's completely spot on. But this section here, just make sure you keep the tree in between you and the enemies and you should be safe. I have been insta-killed behind this tree. I don't know where the bullet came from. I died so quickly I couldn't really, you know, give an explanation. But just be careful. There's a lot of turrets. There's a lot of dudes. Just use your team. Just be patient. Use your sensors. Use your drone. Use everything that's at your disposal, and you should be fine. But just keep on shooting. Keep on doing your thing. But another movie that I watched is Finding Neverland. And I've avoided this film for quite some time, and I don't even know why. I don't think it's Johnny Depp, because I've got nothing against the guy. The only thing I've got against Johnny Depp is how much everybody likes Johnny Depp. And I know that sounds like the counterculture kind of argument, and I do think that that's a douchey perspective to take, but I've always liked Johnny Depp. I've always thought he was a good actor. I liked him in Edward Scissorhands. I even liked him in like Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The guy can act. He's a fucking cool cat. It's just, I think there's a lot of people that think it's cool to like Johnny Depp. And these are people that have absolutely no concept of his acting criteria or the films he's done before all the Tim Burton stuff that comes out nowadays and the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. And Johnny Depp's been a great actor for a very long time. It's just now, it's a lot cooler to say that he is a good actor. And I've never really wanted to be that type of person because, like, I'm a film buff, and any film buff knows a lot of people have liked these characters, have liked these actors, and have liked these movies before they became these massive fucking cult favourites. But Finding Neverland is pretty much the interpretation and origin story of how the author of Peter Pan wrote the play Peter Pan, or the book, or the novel, or whatever you want to call it. And it's got Kate Winslet in it, and a bunch of kids who I don't really know. It's also got an awesome cameo. I said cameo, he's actually a character, so I suppose he's a cast, really, of Dustin Hoffman. And if you don't know, in the Hook film, he played Captain Hook, so there's a nice little bit of a knowing wink there, which I liked a lot. And the film itself is solid. It's a really good movie. It's got depth, it's got interesting moments, it's got a lot of really nice visual flair, because effectively all it is this guy who's, I wouldn't say childish, but he's got a great imagination. He's clearly not fully grown up, and he just enjoys writing plays, and through these children he manages to kind of live vicariously and get this idea of this really strange and bizarre concept that they all think is going to fail. All the producers and all the people that are there to sell the play, they all think it's going to go bust, and it turns out to be a massive success because it's so different to anything they've done. But it's a nice story, it's got solid performances, and it's a good film. There's some things you don't have to overcomplicate. It's a solid film, and I enjoyed it, and if you've got any interest in it, or you just like Johnny Depp, you'll probably enjoy it too. Just be careful on this section coming up, because it's another really crowded area filled with bad guys. Your drone is your best bet here if you're not comfortable with the environment, but if you know where they are and you know how to approach it, you should be fine. But bouncing on to another movie that I checked out was another one that I probably should have seen sooner because I'm a massive Russell Crowe fan. And this is a film called The Cinderella Man. And if you don't know what this film's about, basically it's a biographical telling of the life of a boxer. And unfortunately, it's been a while since I watched it now, so I'm not quite too sure of the name of the boxer. But if you just IMDb it, it'll tell you. And it is a dramatization, so it's probably a little bit different to the actual events, but I like to think that they've probably stayed as close to some of the factual events as they could. And the movie itself is such a good film. The fight scenes are great because they're not too overdone, they're not too over-directed, they've got enough focus and they tell enough of a story. Look at that. I love shooting people through surfaces, that's pretty fucking beast. And Russell Crowe is a badass, regardless of his musical career and his proclivity towards violence. The dude can act. He's such a good actor, and it doesn't matter that he played Robin Hood and he used like 5 different accents throughout that movie, ranging from an Irish one to a Scottish one to a Northern accent that I have myself. It doesn't matter that he completely molested those accents and fucked it up. He's still a bad motherfucker. He's still a great actor, and this is no different. A really stellar performance put in by him. A really good performance done by Renée Zellweger as his wife, as his long-suffering wife. And Paul Giamatti, that dude is just a powerhouse. He may only really play supports. he's had a couple of lead roles. You know, I said recently, it's been a couple of years now, but like Sideways definitely projected him forwards. He's done a bunch of indie flicks where he's been the lead, and he's a solid character and a great character actor. It's just his weight fluctuates ridiculously, man, and I don't know if he does it for the roles or if he just likes eating, but you can never ever, you know, bank on the size of Paul Giamatti in a movie, because he's just going to surprise you. And one of the more recent performances I saw him in that he was great with was the Planet of the Apes remake. He played the big furry, is it not orangutan? I don't know what kind of monkey he played, but he played the ginger one, the Paul Giamatti one. And another stellar performance, because he's just as shifty when he plays those kind of characters. Really, really good, top stuff. But Cinderella Man, it's so sad, it's so heartfelt, and it just resonates with anybody that's ever seen, you know, or experienced any kind of family struggle. And it doesn't even have to be a big one, because the struggle that this family goes through during the Prohibition years and everything it's so humbling and so tragic. And then for this to actually have been a real guy and to just learn about what this man did, just such a good film. And if anybody's got any interest in boxing, you've probably already seen it. If not, check it out, because it is a boxing film in essence. And some people may draw naive conclusions that it's very similar to Rocky, you know, in its setup and everything, but what you got to bear in mind, folks, is this is fucking real. This happened. Sure, it's a loose interpretation, but it's still, you know, 100% more real than Rocky will ever be. And just a stellar movie. But keep on marking enemies. Keep on using whatever techniques you've been using so far to get you this deep into the level. Bear in mind that most of the weapons on this game are so lethal they will go directly through them and hit anybody behind them, so you can get wall bangs, you can get double kills, you can get triple kills if you're lucky, and just keep on pushing forward. But let me know what you think about this level, if you've played the game, if you're a fan, if you're not a fan, because I really, really felt the gaminess of this level. This level is literally just shoot dudes for 40 minutes and nothing else, and I do not think that is this game's strength. I think it is the wealth of gadgets, the choice, and the options to approach the environments where this game is at its strongest. That might just be me, though. You may disagree, you may have your own opinions, so please feel free to share them. Because that's one of the great things, that's one of the great rewards for sitting here and talking for nearly 14 minutes straight, is that hopefully I give you guys something to comment, something interesting, and we can start some decent dialogues. Because anybody who says they don't care about people not leaving comments and all that good stuff is a liar. Comments are like a self-fulfilling prophecy. People that leave comments make the commentator's day. Be them good, be them bad. If it's a bad comment, it can make you feel like shit. If it's a good comment, it can really, really make you feel good. And it's kind of silly how good it can make you feel just by showing someone else's appreciation for what you do. So I'm grateful for anybody that takes the time. I'm grateful for anybody that watches. And if you're a new subscriber, I'm glad to have you here. Welcome. I hope you stay a while. And as always, people, you take care now.